I didn't think I'd be making a video about fucking England, but I'm going to. I have just watched the absolute shit show that was England 1, France 2. This is a match reaction. It's kind of West Ham related because Declan Rice plays for England. A man who is unfairly treated by the fans because Bellingham had a shit game and so did Henderson. But I'm sure more people will be talking about Declan Rice because that's what people do on the internet. They like to look at a Sky Sports headline and a price tag that West Ham want to keep and hold a player accountable for a price tag that they don't choose. Because that's football. Semi-final, final, quarter-final. On paper, that sounds good, doesn't it? England had been in quarterfinals before. Haven't been in the final. But losing a final is not an achievement. Beating your best team that you've ever beat in a major tournament being a Germany side that is washed and a Denmark team that was only motivated by the tragedy that was Christian Eriksen and what happened to him on the pitch in that tournament. With that being the best two teams that you beat in your managerial reign, take a hard look at yourself. Southgate could not pass the big nation test. He never will. And hopefully this means he steps down. Because I saw a report from Matt Law, who, by the way, isn't that reliable as people think, that he'd step down regardless. This would be his last tournament. I fucking hope so. It's not necessarily about being a defensive manager. It's not necessarily about the defensive tactics. Because playing five at the back would have made a fucking difference because he would have played Eric Dyer or Connor Cody, who are not great defenders. Now, Southgate cannot be blamed for the two goals and the penalty miss. Southgate can be blamed for not starting someone like Jack Grealish all tournament, who should be starting regardless. He should be a guaranteed starter in the middle, in a midfield three, as a floating 10/8. Putting on Mason Mount, all he did was kick someone and shoot over the bar. Harry Maguire failing to mark Giroud properly. He didn't actually have a bad tournament or a bad game, by the way, Harry Maguire. Yeah, he was actually probably one of the better players. He actually had a better game than Stones, in my opinion. But you'd still need to do better for a goal. I expected Harry Kane to score that second penalty. Why did you overhit it? But also, why can't his England team score against a big nation without penalties? You can't even score the penalty. Now, Kane actually had a good game. The only other person that I can say, well done, round of applause, Bukayo Saka, well done. Because Foden actually only turned up in the second half. Rice only turned up in the second half. I'm a West Ham fan and I'm saying that. Bellingham only turned up in the second half. Walker was average. Stones was average. Shaw was shit. Shaw could not cross. He didn't cross anything. Henderson didn't do anything. Having a midfielder, Bellingham, Rice and Henderson does not work against a big fucking nation if you want to score goals, does it? Because clearly it didn't fucking work. Clearly. Maddison was there to do what? Clean people's boots. To get a picture with David Beckham. You don't start the guy. You start either Grealish or Maddison. Maddison's fucking class, man. Is this Leicester tax? What is it? I don't understand. I don't even get too emotionally invested into international football or England in general. Obviously, I want England to win, but it doesn't make sense. It actually annoys me more that people defend Gareth Southgate because he talks well in the media, because he got to a semi-final, because he got to a final. He bottled it in the final. He took Rice off for Henderson, lost the midfield battle. He bottled it in the semi-final. It went to extra time and no one attacked. He only started with Sterling and Kane up front in that game. He didn't want to play Rashford, Sterling and Kane in that time, which would have done well. He would take Sterling off for Rashford instead, all throughout that tournament. The only sides he beat was Sweden. Like, that was the best side you beat in that fucking tournament. You beat Panama and Tunisia or some shit like that. He's not a good manager. That was a 5-minute reaction of the game. Credit to France, they deserve to go through. Like, no salt. I'm not salty about it. I'm not that invested. It's different when England lose to when West Ham lose. If West Ham was losing, if West Ham was losing the quarterfinal, and this was the Conference League, West Ham losing the quarterfinal, I'd be ripping into every player, like properly, detail, 20-minute video. But this is not it. Southgate is not the one, and if he does turn you on, you're fucking weird. Alright, if you guys did like the video, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and leave a social medias are in the description if you want to follow me on the email for any inquiries. And I'll see you guys later.